This is a capo, and this particular version was sent to me by my good friends at Close Guitars, but for the most part, they're all kind of the same. They pretty much do the same exact thing. In fact, capos haven't really changed much since as early as the 1700s when they were apparently invented, at least according to Google. The idea behind a capo is to recreate the placement of the headstock or the nut near the headstock, therefore giving you the ability to play chords in an open format but in different positions of the neck, essentially allowing us to play chords like open C in any position of the neck in any key. I know it seems silly to make an entire video dedicated to this piece of gear, but to be honest with you, it's such a vital piece of gear for me personally and for so many guitarists out there that I think it's worth its own video. And I'll use some of these for various reasons. For example, this particular version of the G7th Capo allows you to really be able to pick and choose the particular strings you want to capo. Therefore, you could maybe have some sort of down tuning effect by only capoing the bottom 5 strings and leaving the low E string open. This one will cover pretty much your entire fretboard, which is really, really great. But the one that I heavily depend on, not that these are not dependable, but the one that I personally use for my use, and that is to get me to a different key very, very fast in the middle of a set and be accurate and also be suitable for the vintage style radius guitars that I use, and that is the G7th Capo. This is their newer version, the Art version, which is supposed to be a little more fitting to vintage radius necks, like on my Telly. However, it's not limited to a vintage style radius. It could fit on any guitar neck pretty smoothly, and its operation is rather unique. There's a button that allows the capo to now expand, but expand freely, so you can tighten the capo to your personal preference and it'll stay put. Therefore, you can successfully adjust the capo to your guitar versus just a general fit, which we all know not every capo is made for every guitar. But this reinvention of the capo really changed things for capoing your guitar and has given us the ability to accurately capo, keep our tuning in check, and utilize our guitars in the way that we're used to when they're not capoed. If you've seen my channel before or any of my videos, then you know that I'm a huge fan of open chords and I like playing chords along with lead lines, and so I heavily depend on capos to allow me to do that pretty much in every key. Yes, because I feel comfortable playing those chords, but also because I like to be able to utilize those voicings regardless of the key. And sometimes with bar chords or even certain chords in certain keys, it just doesn't quite give me what I'm looking for. And so I'm a massive fan of the capo, and it literally sits on my desk all the time because I'm using it at any given moment. Sometimes I even utilize it just to simply change the key to get me out of my rut a little bit. Playing the same chord in a completely different key, for whatever reason, inspires me quite differently to write music and to write things that are a little out of the ordinary for me. And I like that. So as much as this serves as a functional tool for me here in the studio, it also, in some weird way, inspires me. It gives me inspiration to write different kinds of music simply because it allows me to change the key. Now, the capo itself is quite a controversial topic. For whatever reason, old school musicians and guitarists especially have always put up a fight with using capos because they feel like it's in some way cheating. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. The way I look at it is that it's a tool that allows you to open up the fretboard in a way that you wouldn't be able to had you not had it. And I'm not saying that most guitarists can't still work their way around the fretboard. In fact, there are many talented musicians out there who can, but let's just be honest, the capo makes it a lot easier. Now, the G7th Capo, it's not new, and they don't need my help promoting them in any kind of way, but I do feel obligated to give them a shout out, just to let them know that this piece of gear, this simplistic capo, has added so much flexibility to my life and has made it so much more functional simply by existing, and I just want to thank them for it. Now, other than the design, the dependability, the freedom of use, there is also a big major difference between a capo like this, which you could find pretty much in anywhere, and this particular capo, and that is the price point. You're looking at about a $40 difference between the two. This capo is very expensive for what it does. However, I will be the first to tell you it's worth every single penny. This is an amazing capo. Guys, let me know what capo you are using, if you use them at all, and your thoughts on capos in general. I think it honestly depends on the type of music that you're playing. In some music, it's very frowned upon to pull out a capo, but in other music, it's one of the most used tools on stage. While you're down there, please do all the things that help this channel grow. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon so you get an alert every single time I upload a video. You can also check out some of the affiliate links that I have in the description box, including an affiliate link for this very capo that you can buy on your own. Clicking on those links do help the channel financially, but they don't cost you anything extra. Guys, thanks again for watching, and until next week.